Hey guys, what's up? It's Fern. Thank you so much for joining me for another Planty video. So today we are going to be doing our monthly updates video, which is always a really fun one to film and to upload. I love just going through my collection and sharing with you all of the new leaves and exciting things that have been happening. And there are a lot of things happening, I will say. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Okay, this literally just happened right now. I checked this when I woke up this morning, which was like 5 hours ago, and this had not happened yet. So this is a very recent development, my friends. My Monstera albo is putting out a new leaf. She is on a roll. I cannot believe how fast this plant is growing. It's so crazy. Can't wait to watch that come out. That's always so fun. This is the last leaf that she gave me, which is beautiful. It's the biggest leaf so far and has 4 fenestrations. I'm so impressed with it. Yeah, I cannot believe that that like just started emerging. How cool is that? Just in time for the video. Okay, as usual, I'm gonna start in this little planty area of my bedroom. So first of all, this is new, that fan up there. I installed that I clipped it on there a couple of weeks ago, and I have it off right now for filming. But air circulation is actually really important for your plants, and I feel like it's something that's often overlooked. So I now have fans in both my bedroom and my living room. They run most of the time, and they're going to help prevent things like root rot and like mold and things like that. Aeration is always good for our plants, right? Especially when they're in tight quarters. So really happy with that so far. And then we have my hanging plants here. I don't really have too much to update. Of course, Crimson Queen is doing the most, giving me all of this beautiful growth. She's been growing a lot, actually. Oh my gosh, look what I'm just seeing. This peduncle right here. This is such a weird spot for it to be right at the tip. I don't think it is active. I'm gonna keep an eye on it anyways and see what happens. Yeah, this plant has not bloomed for me ever, so I'm just patiently waiting for the day that she decides to. She has put off a couple peduncles over the years that I've had her, but I've never seen her actually give out blooms. My trailing jade, doing pretty well. I did some maintenance to this plant pretty recently and it's not doing bad. I had put a bunch of cuttings into the top that seem to be rooting up and doing well, so I'm hoping that she's going to fill out and give me more trailing vines soon. We shall see. I really do think that this plant needs higher light, but I just don't have a space available for it, which kind of sucks, but if I can figure something out, I will be moving this plant to higher light because it'll just give me like larger growth and it'll grow faster. These can actually sun stress really nicely as well if you do have a sunny spot to hang this guy, which would be so pretty. I hope one day in the future I am able to have a sunny space to hang this plant and it can just, you know, be its happiest, but for now it lives here. Linearis I've been showing a lot recently, not much to say, still giving me growth, and I'm waiting for some cuttings to root up so I can add them in the pot, and the ones that I did add in the pot a few weeks ago are doing well. Micans is actually doing surprisingly well. This plant has typically been a really slow grower for me, but I feel like we're really starting to fill out now. Like, look at some of this growth she's giving me. That is so pretty. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, looking great. Okay, Shepardii has been giving me multiple blooms recently, doing really well. I think we have one down here right now. Yeah, there's a couple that are open. Those guys are still closed, so waiting on those. And then the other ones are done now, I think. Oh yeah, okay, so my Piper has actually started rooting for me. I shared about this plant in a recent video and it had not rooted yet, but if you can see that there's a little tiny baby root and there's another one coming in as well. So really glad that this plant seems to be doing okay. I think we are pretty much in the clear, so that's great. It just lives here on my windowsill for now. Getting high light, but not getting like burnt to a crisp, you know? Ooh, this is fun. I have a lot of new growth coming in on my silver dollar vine. Oh my gosh, I'm cooking rice right now and my pressure cooker is being so noisy. Yikes. Anyways, yeah, really excited about this. It kind of stopped growing for me. It like had a burst of growth when I first got it and then it wasn't really doing anything, but now I'm getting a ton of new growth, so that's really exciting. And look how cute the leaves are when they come in. They're like so tiny. Love that. Everyone else is doing okay. I recently completely chopped up my variegated string of hearts, and I don't really see much happening in here yet, but I am hanging on to this. I did pin some of the vines. You can see some bobby pins in here. I pinned some of the vines down because that's what I did with my regular string of hearts, and it totally came back for me. I do have cuttings that are rooting and actually have new growth on them, so I was able to save this plant, but we'll just see if this like mother pot is able to pull through. Polynera, I haven't shown this in a while. I grew this back from just these 2 leaves after my big one was like decimated from thrips. And it's just looking so cute. I'm so happy that I was able to save a piece of this plant and grow it back. I really do love this Hoya a lot. So yeah, very, very relieved about that. My corms here, which, oh my goodness, they're like trying to put out leaves now too. I need to go in here and take a look at them, but I had people comment that I should cover the water dish because these kept just drying out for me and it was getting really gross. So I covered it with saran wrap and it's been so much better. So yeah, happy to report that that is working well for me. I do need to uncover this today and kind of take a look and see what's happening in there, because I feel like it's not great to have the leaves just like sitting in water when they're coming out, but I need to figure that out still. Okay, Ripsalis is doing amazing. I have so much new growth happening. Oh my goodness, I like don't even know where to show you, but I have so much new growth happening on this plant, pretty much on every like branch. So I have that cutie little baby growth coming in, and then this right by my finger, that's a new branch, vine, I don't know, that's new growth as well. And then right here is brand new, and we even have little tiny growth happening right there. Like, oh my goodness, so cute, so exciting. And also, I had broke off that little piece that's in there, and I didn't know if it was ever going to do anything. I just threw it back in the pot, but it's rooted, you guys. I tried to pull it out the other day, and it's completely rooted, so we are going to get a new vine from there as well. This is one of my favorite types of jungle cactus, so I'm just really happy that it's growing for me, and yeah, it looks amazing and I'm so excited. One day I will have a full hanging basket of that, you guys. Mark my words. Oh, you can see my cutie little garden plants outside. Look at my potatoes, they're massive. They're right outside the window there. Okay, this plant is actually doing the most lately. This is my variegated bear paw. So this guy was unfortunately like completely burned to a crisp. I was left with a very small plant last year after our heat wave, so that was about 1 year ago now, coming up to a year at least, and I wasn't sure if he was going to pull through, but he did, and he's giving me so much new growth. This has grown a ton. This has like doubled or tripled in size, and it just looks so healthy. So I'm really happy that this plant is doing so well. I really want this to bloom for me. I've started increasing my Flora Bloom in the Flora Micro series fertilizer that I use. So I'm hoping to get some blooms in my plants. Oh my goodness, are those ones all white? Wow, there's a cluster of paws in there that's like all white. That is so cool. I mean, they probably won't last, but like, how cute is that? Okay, we already talked about Miss Monstera albo. What else do we have going on? Hoya compacta, still growing like a weed. Tons of new growth, always coming out on that girl. And then we have my exotica. I showed this recently. It's growing a ton, which is amazing because this plant was doing nothing for me for the longest time. So I'm really happy to see that. My Crimson Princess is also growing for me up there. Williniana has been growing like a beast throughout this growing season. My Thai Constellation, of course. I have posted several photos of this plant since, oh my goodness, she's behind the Hoya. There we go. I've posted several photos of this plant since she's given me this new leaf, but let's just admire it again. Look at that. Oh my goodness, I was just not expecting a leaf like this to be the first leaf that I got for its new growth. Like, that is so crazy. It's quite short, which I'm wondering if it's just because it's getting more light, so it doesn't need to stretch as far, because look at the last leaf that it gave me. That's it, and it's just like so much taller. So it's kind of interesting, but yeah, I'm very, very happy with this new leaf. And then it also gave me that little baby one right there. So cute. So I now have 2 plants in here, which is very exciting because I can get more than 1 leaf at once. So I'm just so thankful for that and excited to keep watching this plant grow. This is a new alocasia to my collection. This is Alocasia Maharani, and I did not have this. I've never had this before. This was kindly sent to me by a subscriber, which was so nice. Yeah, I was not expecting to get this alocasia. These are very beautiful, so I can't wait to see this grow. Obviously, this one is just a baby right now, but these just get so textured and really cool looking. I do have some sort of new growth coming in right there. Look at that, looks like a new leaf. How cool is that? I have not had this plant for very long at all, and it's already growing for me, which is amazing. So yeah, it's always fun to add a new alocasia to my collection because I don't have that many, but I actually really like them, and I find that they grow quite well for me. Besides my stubborn black velvet here, the rest of them do pretty well, so, but I don't have that many is the thing, so it'll be really fun to try out something different. Let me know if you grow that alocasia down below in the comments. Speaking of my black velvet, I did move it up to this shelf so that it can get some light from my Soltech Solutions bulb. I did recently get a comment that was saying it could be dropping its leaves because the light was like down, so it was kind of reaching down and the leaves would just get like kind of snapped off or like pushed out of the way. So now that the bulb is above, I'm hoping that it will grow upwards and there won't be so much weight like pushing down. So we'll see if that remedies the situation. I will keep you guys updated. What else? There's so much to update these days. I have a new leaf on my Billy. It's so cute. Just the chillest philodendron in the world. I love whenever he gives me a new leaf. We also have a very exciting new leaf happening here on my philodendron Florida Ghost. This looks quite large. Like, this is definitely going to be the largest leaf that this plant has given me. And it looks a beautiful kind of creamy, kind of yellowy color, actually. I cannot wait to see this unfurl. That guy is still very happy, live in the pond life. Like, look at the beautiful just like gradient of leaves I have on this guy. So pretty. My variegated Maranta is living down here now, and she is still very happy. Look at those cutie blooms on her. I'll try to tone down the light a bit because it's kind of hard to see. Maybe you can see them better this way. No, still really hard to see. I'll see if I can take a photo and insert that and maybe you can see better then. Oh, maybe that's better if I block the light from above. There, it's focused on one of them. They're so cute. They're just like little white flowers with a purple center. So pretty. And I've had multiple coming in on this plant, which is very exciting, so I've been super happy with her. Monstera dubia, I'm so obsessed with this plant, you guys. It's ridiculous. I love it. I am so excited to check on it every day. It's one of the fastest growing plants in my collection, and yeah, I just cannot get enough of it, so I feel like I'm showing all the time, but I'm literally obsessed, so that's him. And then you guys, this is an exciting update on my El Choco Red. I potted her up. I did it. I potted her up. This is the Crystal Star Nursery tropical mix, so it's a very chunky, airy mix. I'm keeping a very close eye on him to make sure watering is, you know, on schedule and everything. As I predicted, it did lose this leaf, but that's okay because we still have two. This one is looking really good. I think it's transitioning to soil really well because it's not like floppy or anything, like it feels healthy. We have the second one, despite all of the marks, all the damage, it feels healthy as well. So I'm happy with how this plant is doing, and yeah, just monitoring closely as we transition to soil here, but I'm just really excited to have this plant potted up. Can't wait to have it start growing for me again. You guys know I love him so much. And he does sit in front of this light. I just moved it for filming. I have a ton of stuff happening in my prop box, you guys. It's really just like bumping in there, so I'm going to be making a video all about my propagation box updates, and we're going to pot some of these up. It's going to be really fun. I cannot wait to dig into this, so definitely stay tuned for that video. Those are my propagations still going from when we took them last week. Okay, on top of my prop box, I do have a little terrarium. I recently potted up all of the begonias that I hauled from Begonia Flora. Kind of hard to see him because my alocasia is like making a reflection on top here. But this is my Begonia Blancii, I believe. I repotted them all into a soil mix, and they're all in some type of like terrarium or in my cabinet or something. So it was really fun and exciting to get these guys all potted up. And yeah, I just think he looks so cute in here. And he's getting some light from the grow lights as well. Alocasia Frydek, you guys. He is always just going off. I'm serious. This plant is always giving me a new leaf. I think that he's really liking that grow light. He's just facing towards it. And as soon as I moved him here, he started giving me this leaf, which looks like it's going to be really big actually. I can't wait until that is fully emerged. Probably tomorrow it'll be like fully popped out of there. And then he's also working on a new one right there. Like, how cool is that? Very exciting stuff. Now, I recently moved some plants around on this. I kind of like rearranged the whole thing. So now I do have my Hoya Mathilde up here, very close to the grow light. And you guys, we have a peduncle, not only a peduncle, but a peduncle that actually looks like it is doing something, which is so cool. I just noticed this morning. Now, my Hoya Mathilde, I've had it for a while, and it has so many peduncles, like probably over 20. Like, they're honestly everywhere on this plant. But I've never had one actually come to fruition and bloom for me. So I just can't wait, because that one looks like it's actually going to bloom, which is so cool. It'll be my first time having Hoya Mathilde bloom, so very excited about that. Next to that, I did move my philodendron squamiferum in here. I'm really happy with his placement on the shelf. I just think he looks so cute, and he seems to be happy too, because immediately he started popping out a new leaf. And then I just have a bunch of my small little babies kind of squeezed in here. Ooh, this is exciting actually. This was a cutting from my El Choco. So when I cut her up, I had 3 pieces. This was one of them. I honestly didn't think anything was gonna go on with this because it just has one really sad looking leaf. I've never had this in a humidity bin or anything like that. I've just kind of left it to fend for itself to see what would happen. And we have a growth point there. So, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have 3 El Choco red now. That's so cool. Yeah, I don't know what else. Oh, we do have a new leaf on my Monstera subpinnata. Ooh, let's not damage it now. Let me just show it to you without bothering it. That is what it looks like. It's definitely going to expand. It's very fresh. It's going to expand because this is the last one. This is how big it expanded, and it probably came out around a similar size. So I cannot wait to see that. These leaves are just so fun to watch them emerge and expand and everything. So yeah, I love that Monstera. I think it's so cool. Glorious is putting out a lot of new growth here, which is good because pretty soon I'm going to be able to pin her to the moss pole. She has a lot of cuttings in here, but none of them are big enough to grow up the moss pole yet, but she's close. So I'm super excited about that. Okay, in the living room, and the first thing that I want to show you is this new leaf coming in on my medium silver. It's always so exciting when this plant is growing for me because, to be honest, I don't get new leaves very often on her, but they are so magnificent when they do come in. So yeah, just really excited to watch this develop, and I just think that they look so cool. Like, I don't know, just the way, the like posture of it, something about this I just really like. So yeah, cannot wait to see that start unfurling. I feel like I say cannot wait and so excited basically for every plant when I do these videos, but it's because it's all things that I'm just really excited about. Okay, what else do we have? My Calathea Warszewiczii has given me this new leaf. So soft, I love it so much. So yeah, once again, we are turning into a fuller plant now, which is awesome. What else? Recently repotted that monkey tail. That's going to be an upcoming video, and there's some propagations that I took from it that are going to be eventually planted back in. My McDowell is sitting here randomly in front of the cabinet because it was there, and then the silver sword just kept like flopping down onto it, and it was kind of like damaging the leaves a little bit. This isn't really doing anything. That can come off that Velcro, but this kind of got bent. And it's giving out this new leaf, so I didn't want it to get like crushed, so it's just randomly sitting out here. I don't think anything else too crazy is going on up here. I have a lot of plants that need to be potted up, like all these propagation things. My Syngonium is looking beautiful as usual. I have just been loving this plant so much this year. It's just really turning into like quite a magnificent plant. I know it's backwards right now because it's facing the light, but yeah, she's getting massive, honestly. I'll have to pull her out and show her to you soon. She also needs to be pinned onto here again because she's flopping everywhere. all of my succulents back there. I'm going to be repotting very soon. That might actually be the next video, a cactus and succulent repot, which is very exciting because I love all these little guys so much and they just all need a bigger home pretty much. So that's going to be a lot of fun. New leaf is coming in on my philodendron painted lady. It's not hardened off yet, but you can see it just has that beautiful kind of like orange color that they get when they first come in. So very pretty. Now in the cabinet here, we have a lot of growth that has been happening this summer so far. So first of all, we have my gloriosum leaf, which has completely finished coming in, and it is so pretty. This is the biggest gloriosum leaf that I've ever had, I think, and it just looks so perfect and beautiful. I'm very excited about it. I need to pull this out and take some photos of it soon because I'm just so impressed with this. Like, look at that. Oh man, it is so pretty. And then another one that I have just been watching like a hawk because I'm so excited every time it gives a new leaf is my philodendron splendid. This plant, you guys, it has recently just totally taken off. Like once this thing got established, then I put it back in the cabinet, and after that it was just like pff, it just exploded with growth. So I have several just like beautiful leaves on this plant. Like look at this, so gorgeous. This is a new one. As you can see here, it does have some damage up here, and that kind of looks like spider mite damage, but I'm not sure. I don't see any mites on it. Maybe you guys will see mites on it though, because y'all have keen eyes when I post these videos. Keener than me, it seems. There is a lot of fungus gnats in here though, I will say that. This is the other leaf of my philodendron splendid. I just cannot believe how fast these leaves are sizing up and how rapid the growth is. I'm very impressed with this plant. So this is another new one that is coming in. It's gonna be a big one, it looks like. And then some plants I repotted recently. My Begonia botanicas 1. I love this. Oh boy. Okay, that leaf does not seem very happy, but this one looks like it is doing okay. That leaf was kind of unhappy to begin with, so I'm not gonna panic, but yeah, we'll see how it does. It is in the 90s in here, humidity-wise, so I think it's humid enough for this guy, but I honestly don't know. Maybe there will be a bit of a transition period. I don't know. I was growing this in here like this before, so we'll see. My Hoya quinquenervi is doing something weird. It's giving me this weird coloration. It is not supposed to have that lighter patch in the middle. The leaves are just supposed to look like that, so I don't know what it's doing, but both of the new leaves have that. Right there and right there. Very strange. So if you know why my Hoya would be doing that, please let me know. He is climbing up my cord. Yeah, really weird. Hoya obovata recently gave me this big leaf, which is amazing. Love this Hoya so much. Also, I recently put my silver hero into the cabinet because it was doing literally nothing for me in my bedroom. Oh, let me try to... It's flopping all over the place now. So I put it in the cabinet to see if that would boost any growth, and I already have a new growth point right there. I don't know if you can see, it's right at the junction there. Very exciting. I guess it just needed more humidity. I don't know. Begonia Sinbad still propagating. I cannot wait until this is rooted and I can pot these both back together, both of the cuttings that I have. I also have recently moved my Begonia Amphioxus in here. I don't even know if I've shown this to you yet, you guys. Actually, I got this in a trade. So this is like a full plant, which is really great because the one leaf cutting that I hauled in my Begonia haul unfortunately did not make it for me. RIP, but I was able to get this through a trade like literally like a week later. So it worked out really well. So yeah, now I have this full, he's like a little tree. Like look at all those little leaves. So cute. So he's living in here. New leaf on my Burrow Marks Variegata, which is one of my current favorite philodendron, so can't wait to see that harden off. Also, I have been getting some questions on how my vanilla orchid is doing, and it has given me some new growth, you guys, finally, because if you watch my repot of this guy, I did break this plant. So I had to pot a cutting into here, which the cutting hasn't really done anything. It looks like it's starting to put new growth. But this is the original piece, and it gave me this leaf. So it is finally growing, which is very exciting. And then once it gives me a little bit more growth, I can start attaching it to the plank there, which will be good. Tortum is always just doing the most. Like, honestly, this thing is always giving me like 2 new leaves, or it has just given me 2 new leaves. So really fun plant to watch grow. Grows like a beast. There's another one of my begonias that I hauled back there. I think that's the Taiwaniana. I love that one so much. The leaves are so cute. We need to talk about my Florida Beauty, y'all, because I'm pretty sure that my plant is reverted. And I don't really know what to do, because the only leaves that are not reverted are like the original cuttings that are in here. So should I chop this completely back again? Or like, I honestly don't know what to do, but I'm a little stressed about it. Trying not to be stressed, you know, but I am a little stressed about it. All the leaves are just like this lime color though. It's the craziest thing. All of the leaves had beautiful variegation, but now they're all reverted. Like, look at that. Like, how did you give me a reverted leaf? You're so pretty. It's very disappointing. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. I really have no idea what I should do. Should I wait until it gives me like another leaf or 2 before I decide? Or should I just cut this up again? Like, I honestly don't know. Speaking of variegation issues, this is my variegated Adansonii, and it has just been getting whiter and whiter, and now this new leaf looks pretty much completely white. There's like a speck of green in there, if you can see, but it's pretty much completely white, and I'm just like, oh no. So, gosh, what am I even gonna do? The nodes are so tight on this too, like to propagate it, I just feel like that is going to be interesting. Maybe I will do it and I will film it and bring y'all with me, but yeah, I don't know. It's just very, very white. I might have to do some research on that to figure out what I should do. It's such a delicate balance sometimes with these variegated plants. Oh my goodness, I'm just noticing this. Look at my begonia Sinbad. I recently chopped this and it's already giving me new growth right there. Oh my goodness, how cute. Okay, I did just want to show y'all my Syngonium erythrophyllum. Yeah, I'm a little bit obsessed with this Syngonium. This is so pretty. I was gonna say this is my favorite Syngonium, I think, that I own, but I'm not sure. It's so hard. I don't have that many Syngonium, but the ones that I do have are all so pretty, but this is just, oh my goodness, so stunning. I cannot wait until the fall, because this is such like a fall vibes plant. I'm really gonna have her like fully out and on display then, and she's probably going to be huge by then. So yeah, very cool plant. Love this so much. If you don't have the Syngonium and you like dark plants, like, you need this one, okay? Okay, we are going to enter the big cabinet. There is a lot of plants in here, you guys, so I'm going to try to point out the main ones that have things happening. Although pretty much all of these plants in here have been growing just because this cabinet has been so humid and so warm, and the plants have just been loving it. I've had to have the door cracked open quite a bit just because it's getting so humid. I looked at it the other morning and it was literally at 99%, so yeah, it's been cracked a lot. You can see how humid, like, the glass is all fogged up. It's crazy. I think it's just because there's so much moss in here now. Oh my goodness. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is literally catching my eye right here. This is my new philodendron verrucosum leaf. Look at that. Sorry, it's kind of noisy in here, but I don't think I can reach the fan. I'm so sorry. I could try. Let's try. Okay. Oh yes, I got it. Okay, I just was able to turn the fan off, but my philodendron verrucosum new leaf, are you kidding me? This is so nice. This is what my dreams are made of, you guys. This is how big it is in comparison to my hand. Now, this plant is finally sizing up and just looking so amazing. This is definitely the biggest leaf that I've gotten on this plant. And it's not even hardened off yet, so we'll see what it ends up looking like. I'll try to show you the back. Oh, it is so stunning. I love him so much. Watching this leaf come in has just been such a joy. So yeah, amazing, beautiful, phenomenal. Love him so much. And then what else is happening? Melanochrysum is really happy back here. It is finally giving me leaves without getting stuck because it's happy that it's back in the cabinet. So yeah, it needs to be chopped again because as you can see, it's growing over the moss pole, but he's loving cabinet life again. So good for him. I don't know if there's any other like new leaves coming in or anything. Ooh, we have a new growth point on the SP Silver, so that is exciting. There is so much in this cabinet now, you really have to like dig around to see what's going on. Okay, so let's talk about my Majestic for a moment because I hauled this and I have been posting about it on my Instagram stories a little bit because I'm just so happy with how well it's doing. First of all, you can just see by the way it's standing that it is happy. It is facing up towards the light, which I always find is a really good sign when my plants are responsive to the light and kind of moving towards it. So she's doing really well. Also, has a lot of beautiful new roots coming in down here as well. So, you know, doing great. Really happy about that. And the new growth point even looks like it is getting ready to pop out a new leaf. So that is just crazy. As soon as this has more roots in the pot, I will be repotting it and giving it a moss pull. So stay tuned for that. The aerials are starting to go wild in here too. Philodendron gigas is under here with a new growth point. I'm waiting for this guy to root into the moss. Super excited for that. Such a nice plant. My Monstera obliqua over here, I received a ton of comments on one of my last videos of people saying that this plant has spider mites. And at first I was like, oh no, that's just packing fluff. But then I started shining a flashlight and kind of looking at it better, and I think it actually is a spider web, but I don't see any mites. So I think it might be from an actual spider. And there's an actual spider living in one of my other plants too, so I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I'm just keeping an eye, and I will spray him off whenever I do his waterings and everything, but I took a flashlight to the leaves and everything, and I couldn't see any mites, so yeah, I don't know. But thank you to everyone who commented. You guys, like I said, just have like really good eyes. Like, it was y'all who spotted the thrips on my silver sword that was on the plank as well. I didn't even see them, and then you guys saw the video and started commenting, so you guys help me out with that stuff sometimes. Okay, over here we have just got my Hoyas, beautiful as usual. This one was just blooming for a second time, but those are just finishing up there. Now my favorite Hoya as of lately has been my Hoya chicken farm. This is probably the most phenomenal Hoya leaf I've ever seen. I am just so shocked and amazed by it. I was not expecting this to be so pretty. It's massive, of course, but yeah, it's just so pretty. The markings, the splashing, it's like a green on green. It's kind of like a minty variegation. It is just like, oh my goodness, very breathtaking. And there is this beginnings of another leaf coming in there, so super exciting stuff. Pallidiflorum is doing well here, just enjoying cabinet life. I did notice that there is a leaf here. This is a new leaf. It's broken, but this was a new leaf coming in, and I saw this here. It was small, and I didn't even realize that it was a new leaf. I just like, yeah, I didn't even realize, but now it keeps expanding, and even though it's like cut off, it's still like cool to see it come in. So yeah, there's that. And my Hoya Sunrise, which is suddenly super sun-stressed, which is crazy. I have no idea why this is suddenly so red. I mean, I guess maybe just like, it was pretty close to the grow light before though, so I don't really get it. Can heat affect sun-stressing? That's my question of the day, because the thing that has majorly changed is that it's suddenly warmed up a lot. It was not warm before. It was close to the grow light before, but it was cool and it was not sun-stressed. And now it's close to the grow light and it's warm and it's sun-stressed. So if anybody knows if temperature plays a role in sun-stressing, let me know, because I swear this just like happened overnight. It's so crazy. Very pretty. My Hoya caudata just chilling here, giving me a lot of new growth, which is always cool. This is a new one to me, and I'm very excited to be growing this. So this is a pinguicula. A carnivorous plant, a butterwort actually is what I should call it. That's the common name. So this was recently sent to me along with a lot of other new plants that I've shown, which was so nice because I have never grown one of these. I've never had one. I think that they are just the coolest thing ever. I've just never seen one like for sale around me. I never really knew much about them. So I'm really excited to be growing a different type of carnivorous plant in my home. The only other one that I have or have ever had, I think, is my Nepenthes, which I have a whole video on. But yeah, this guy now living in my cabinet, cannot wait to see him grow. Does look like he's losing some leaves after shipping, but the new growth looks really healthy. So it's gonna be a fun journey to learn about this one. Okay, up here, what do we have going on? We have a few different Hoya, nothing crazy to report. Anthurium, my beautiful Syngonium pink splash back there. Oh, it is so pretty. I really love that one. Oh, my philodendron burrow marks variegata is giving me a new leaf. I can't tell if it's variegated. It's given me like three or four non-variegated leaves, so I told myself if this one isn't variegated, I'm chopping it back. So I guess we'll see when it unfurls. It doesn't really look that promising. Well, it might actually. I might see some. Oh, I think I do see some actually. I think there is some variegation in here. I guess I'll find out when it unfurls. All of my Anthurium hybrids really need to be repotted. I need to do that like ASAP. Oh my goodness, yeah. They keep drying out so fast, even though it's incredibly humid in here. They really need to be repotted. What else? Oh, my philodendron mame is giving out a new leaf back there. Can you see right there? The only thing about the way this cabinet is arranged now is it's really hard for me to reach in here to show the plants. But yeah, philodendron mame is giving a new leaf right there. Philodendron burrow marks fantasy is giving a new leaf right here. That's an Anthurium hybrid leaf coming in. And what else? Philodendron brandy giving me a new leaf back there too. Just so much new growth, you guys. It's crazy. This is Philodendron camposportuanum. I'm obsessed with this one. This is just my like extra, my like second one, because it wouldn't fit into this big one that I have here. But this is so pretty. I'm like attached to this. I think I want to use this for a trade or something. I would love to send this to one of my plant friends. So yeah, I've just been growing it out, even though I know I'm probably not going to keep it. But yeah, love Philodendron camposportuanum. Such an underrated one. Again, I moved some of my begonia, repotted and moved some of my begonia that I hauled. So this is the Dracopelta, which is such a cool, as you can see, very unique, very cool. And it actually has a lot of new growth coming in. Like, look at the baby leaf. It's so cute. So I'm really excited to just like, you know, watch that get bigger. Very cool. And this needs to be potted up like now, yesterday, honestly. Like the roots are just going wild in there. My begonia Magdalene Madsen, so beautiful. I love that one so much. I need to do a lot of repotting. A lot of repotting coming up here, you guys. Oh, also, my little seedlings from North Shore Tropicals already have put out new leaves and just seem super happy. They're so cute. Where's the other one? Back here. That one has 2 leaves too. So stinking cute. Alright, you guys, that is going to be all of the Planty updates for today. I really hope that you enjoyed coming along and admiring all of these plants with me. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave me a comment down below. I would love to chat with you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Try